Hey, how are you guys? This is Ricky.
Hi everyone, I am Fitch.
And welcome to
Ricky and Fitch.
This is one of the sweetest episodes.
Exactly. We are super excited to say that BabyCakes is back in Hillcrest.
Yes. We're so happy. And then we're just gonna have an interview with Christopher and Rafael, the owners of BabyCakes.
Yeah, so for those of you who are wondering what BabyCakes is, stick around because you're about to find out.
Yes. So as we promised, we give you like outstanding people in the community. So today we have Rafael de Rio.
Hello. And on this side we have Christopher Stavros.
That's me. They are the owners of BabyCakes.
So tell us a little bit about BabyCakes.
We've been around for almost 12 years now. And we've gone through the motions, evolved and evolved and evolved. We've had several locations. One at the zoo, we had one at the Balboa Tennis Club, Imperial Beach, we have one now in Hillcrest, we have a bakery in Paradise Hills. We've been doing a lot, so we do a lot of weddings as well, special events, and that's basically it in a nutshell. You know, we were out there, we do specialize in cakes and cupcakes, and we have a new business model where I know you guys knew our location on 5th Avenue,
right,
where we had the restaurant bar.
Yes.
We've changed our whole business model. So now we're focusing on our cakes, our cupcakes, and coffee. We're actually including a coffee house. Awesome. And we're going to be doing a big like bubble bar per se.
What does that mean?
Bubble bar, yeah. We're going to really focus on
That's
champagne.
something crazy. We're just trying to pull it off.
So cupcakes and champagne.
So where is that going to be, the location?
Here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at Hillcrest.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then we're also going to introduce that to our Imperial Beach location. So when we have all the locations will be kind of the same.
You will see all the surfers like drunk, drinking champagne.
I was going to say you had all the surfers.
I want champagne.
Yeah. So we're going to focus on that. We don't need the hard liquor anymore, the food, but it's really going to be all about bubbles. Cava, rosé, sparkling, champagne, prosecco, everything, and just really build off of that. And just make it like a celebration area where you can drink it too.
Is it like every day?
Yep.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's perfect. Well, you're here now. Like,
Well,
we
it's
can
gonna be
here. We
hard.
can meet here just for cupcakes and champagne.
And champagne.
Yes.
Don't forget about champagne.
I know. I love.
Well, it's gonna be very different because people they used to come over to our place on church on Sundays.
Right. Yes, that's true.
So most people, yeah, I mean, all my friends they always ask me, like, "Are you guys going to do church?" And
Right.
we are not trying to do church anymore.
Okay.
It's going to be a totally different concept.
Do you miss that? Like, do you miss the church part?
I do in a way because I used to drink for free. And now if I go to a bar, I have to pay for it.
You have to pay now.
It was fun. It was a good run.
How many years were you in church?
We had it for like 8. Nice. And it ran, and you know, we started that on a Sunday, and basically we just told all of our friends to come, and it just started from the day one, and it was packed every Sunday since then. Then we had City Fest, which was big.
Yeah.
We had a pool. We had a big pool in the front patio.
Oh yeah,
And then we had a pool in the back patio. City Fest was quite a blast.
Yeah.
We were kind of like the epicenter of that for a long time. We had DJs come in, and
Pride.
It was in Pride, and so those were big events for us there. So, you know, we don't have as much space now in Hillcrest, but we do have a great, we're actually excited about this location only because of the proximity.
Right.
The orientation, we have a lot more exposure.
Correct. I love what you did here. The decoration, everything is just fantastic. We're gonna do a little tour later, but it's just
Don't get lost.
It's just good.
Well, it was just a little combination from what we used to have
I remember, yeah.
into the new shop.
The colors.
Our colors and our chandeliers, mirrors all over. So
Right.
it's just
It's a baby version. It's a baby cake.
Yeah,
Is it
that's kind of like what it
BabyCakes?
feels like. Just the
Yeah.
baby version.
How you guys came up with the name like BabyCakes?
BabyCakes.
That was actually it was interesting. We had a list of like 20 names that we were just kind of brainstorming. We narrowed it down, and it was interesting. We narrowed it down to like 3 or 4, and then we just let it simmer for a couple weeks. And what happened was I kept hearing that name as a term of endearment, and I would hear someone say, "Hey, BabyCakes" in the background.
Yes.
And I'm like looking around, like there's some random person walking by.
But in reality, let me stop you. I used to make a dessert called Baby.
Oh, okay.
And back in the days.
Right.
And before BabyCakes exist. So we took a trip to his brother's house in
Santa Rosa?
Santa Rosa. And I brought those desserts into the family.
Santa Rosa in Mexico City?
No.
Oh,
California.
Santa Rosa.
I'm Latino.
Filipino. So anyway, we bring desserts and he mentioned like, let's vote for the name. And everybody was BabyCakes.
That's
And
awesome.
that's how we picked the name.
So tell us a little bit more about your guys' stories, because it's not just the business that is, LGBTQ oriented and friendly, but it's also your guys' self. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Oh, my story. Well, wow.
How do you become?
Give us a tea. Like,
Yeah.
How old were you?
I'll make it quick. But I grew up in
When
Chicago.
you came from the closet?
I did.
Yeah,
I
me too, yeah.
actually literally lived in the closet.
You used to live in the closet.
I did.
That's
What?
I'm saying.
Like, so, long story. My family, we had a 3-bedroom house, and there was 3 brothers and my parents. So, and there was I didn't want to share a room with my brother, into one of them. So we had this big closet. So I actually moved into the closet.
Well, you were literally
in the closet, living in the closet, yeah.
Wow.
And then my brother went to college, and so I got his room when he left. But I didn't want to share a room at that point. So I actually had this big closet, and I put a mattress in there, like a twin mattress.
So this big closet though.
Yeah.
It's not like you're tiny, right?
So this was in Chicago. That's where I grew up. I went from Chicago to Phoenix, to Las Vegas, to San Diego, then I went to Los Angeles, then I went to Laguna Beach, then Long Beach, and came back to San Diego. So this is where my home has been. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's my story. Morning
That's
glory.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I did come out in Phoenix when I was in Phoenix, and then I moved to San Diego, and I just thought this was like, wow, it's more liberal out here, and
Was it hard for you coming out with family or with your brothers?
not with family.
They knew right away.
Then you.
That's not true.
You were the cute
That was
ones.
Vegas. We were in Vegas for.
Tell them when you say like, pass me the gravy, I'm gay.
I did.
By the way.
We were in Vegas. So my father had a convention in Vegas once a year, and we'd all come from. My brothers came from Atlanta and Santa Rosa, and I came from wherever I was living, and we would stay there. And then we were at dinner one night with all of us, with my dad's, also one of his, the president of the company, and his wife. And I'm just like, I had to tell them, and I didn't know how to do it. So I said, my brother Nick, I said, Nick, can you pass me the potatoes? I'm gay.
Thank you very much, bro.
Yeah, I did. And everyone just kind of didn't really hear it. No one said anything. Just kept talking. Everyone just kept talking. And then everyone was like, just kind of sat there, and then it was interesting. Yeah.
Did at any point that night, like, anyone was like, wait a second, did you just say what I? Yeah.
just
like,
came out.
After the fact, yeah. Yeah. It was my mother wanted to throw a party.
Well, you were lucky.
That's cool. Exactly. Wow,
Yeah.
I like your mother.
Yeah, most
Mom,
parents that are
give me the frijoles, please.
And my
Yes, I'm gay.
And my younger brother is gay as well, but he wasn't out at the time. So I was the first one to come out.
Wow.
And he had Madonna posters. Hello. He had Madonna posters. He had like Cyndi Lauper. He had all these like, all over his room. And I had like AC/DC, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest. I was like heavy metal. I had long hair with a mullet.
No way.
So we all knew he was gay.
Okay.
But
We're
Did
gonna have.
you really like that music, or do you?
I really did. Yeah.
Pushing
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I know this story. Where are you coming from? What?
Well, I'm coming from a small town. It's called El Zapote, in Guerrero State. When I came out, I was talking to my mom, and I say, Mom, I'm different.
Right.
And so we were walking on the street, and I was just like holding her hand, and I say, I'm different. I think I like boys. And my mom, she says like, oh, you don't know what you want. Like, you're just confused. You haven't really met the right person, the right girl.
Right.
So for my mom, it was a little bit complicated.
And how old were you at that time?
I think I was just like 14.
14.
Okay.
14, 16. I don't know, something like that. Long story short, now my mom, she's like super open. Like, she loves, she asks me all the time, how are you? Where are you doing? Where are you going?
What's going on?
So it's very refreshing for myself basically because back in the days I was really feel very trapped.
Right.
I was
Coming
like
from a small town.
Like coming from a small town,
Education.
and when I came over to the state, I wasn't able to speak English, so I actually went into it was more complicated.
Yeah.
So I'm happy. I mean, it's very sad just to see different people, the struggles they go. But for myself, it was just like I was very lucky. But basically, it's funny because I'm coming from very religious family.
Yeah. Myself as well. Yeah.
I mean, as a Latino guys, we are very. Some of the Latinos families are very religious.
Right.
So my family, it was
rigid too.
Oh my God, my dad, it was like the Mexican macho guy.
Oh my God.
Like, yeah, so it was hard for me. I have a very long family, and
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
like I tell you before, I'm working on a book. We are 12.
Oh my God. Yeah.
12 brothers. But my dad got married several times.
Right.
So it's a little bit different.
Awesome.
He actually just passed away last December.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. It's still hard to
Yes.
knowing that he's
The
not going to be
process.
there.
Yes.
So, but back to your questions, being a gay guy is actually pretty happy. I mean, I can actually say that I'm a gay person
And not be ashamed of it.
and not being ashamed of it. I mean, I don't have to hide myself from anything or before, yes. Now, not anymore. So it's either you like it or not. If you want to be part of my life, welcome. If not, let's move
Correct.
on. So,
Correct.
What's a thing that you've seen in the community that has changed for the better from back, then to now? And then what is something else that you guys feel that needs to change, that really hasn't changed, or something that there's still in the community we can actually improve nowadays?
I think the acceptance is definitely, obviously, and awareness has definitely changed a lot. There's been this big segregation of, gay bars, gay clubs, this and that, which that was all part of my coming out, is I had an identity to go somewhere to know that I was comfortable being there, at the gay bars or whatever. But now times have changed where it's kind of open, there's gays and straights hanging out together, which I like. I think there's a good balance of having that aspect and also having somewhere where someone can go from out of town that's visiting that they feel safe in.
Correct.
So that everyone's in different levels, correct, of their acceptance and where they're at in their comfort level. So I think having a balance of both, having very mixed gay and straight places to be around socially, and also hubs where they can go and feel safe that are just kind of gay operated.
Correct.
I think the whole thing of having a gay establishment is great, but let's all coexist.
But I think nowadays it's just very different because even when we have gay places to go, nowadays it's just a mix.
Correct.
So
Correct.
there is always going to be straight and gay. So who cares? I mean, we're just trying to.
And not only the customers, but the people that actually work in that establishment. You could be gay or straight or whatever.
Absolutely.
And I think that's part of whatever you make the diversity, welcoming the diversity
Exactly.
to
Yeah,
any
yeah.
establishment. So
And I think it's really the allies that we have, the straight
Yeah.
allies. It's huge.
Totally.
I mean, we all have to. That helps our straight allies help
Correct.
us as a community grow.
Correct.
And that's the evolution of it all.
Correct.
Is the more acceptance and having allies out there and not being and being straight friendly.
Correct.
On that note, why cupcakes? Why cakes? Why a bakery?
Well, basically, I used to have a wholesale bakery. Back in the days, Chris and I, we used to be love partners.
Oh, is that what you call them?
Or
Roommates.
we had a relationship. And I remember that I say, you know what, I'm tired from all this craziness. I want to do something smaller. like a coffee shop where people that just want to go and have coffee and sit down.
So you were tired from the craziness of the bakery. That you
I wanted to get retired from that part because it was like insane, crazy. I was working like probably 24/7.
He owned a wholesale bakery where they pumped out volume of muffins and
Oh
cookies.
my God, it was
Volume,
insane.
just volume.
So,
Wow.
but I mentioned my vision on Christopher, and he says like, he didn't say anything. I don't think that you said anything. He actually called me one day. He says like, I just found the right place. I'm sitting right now. Can you come over? And I say like, right now? He's like, yeah, come over.
Right.
And I left everything and drove and I came over, and it was funny because that place that he picked, it was my customer.
Oh wow.
David's
you
Coffee
were
House.
selling
We
them.
used to sell
David's
cakes
Coffee House.
and
You know David's Coffee
muffins
House?
and all desserts.
Okay, that's what,
So,
that's what used to be at Fifth Avenue here.
David's
okay.
Coffee House used to be my customer, and I saw the place and I was like, oh my God, this is not gonna work.
It was
So
bad. It was
they were
pretty
really bad.
Yeah.
And he says like, he was like, I mean, something that I do admire from Chris, and sometimes I do say stuff like that.
Sometimes.
I admire the fact that he sees from a different angle, like think of us.
But he was pumping out the volume at that wholesale bakery, and but when he did a wedding cake, I saw that, and I was like, why is he here?
Gorgeous.
Why is he?
Magic.
It's
No, I
basically
see
the
your
creativity that spearheaded the company.
Yeah.
Because I would see him do these crazy cakes with talent and creativity. I was like, why are you doing this when you could be doing this? And so that's how it really started.
Separating.
It was like, why? Let's not do a wholesale bakery anymore
Right.
when you could be doing these creative masterpieces of
I
cakes.
love it.
And that's really how it worked. I have a background in hospitality.
Right.
I worked for the House of Blues and Hard Rock Hotel and Cone Restaurant Group and different restaurants and clubs. And I've always wanted to have my own. And this was a perfect opportunity to do so with someone's talent
Correct.
involved.
Right.
So it was a combination of
It was the
two.
perfect
Yeah,
like, you know,
yeah.
combination of talents that you
Yeah,
guys have.
exactly.
All right, guys. So what's the future for BabyCakes? What is next?
Well, we have our Imperial Beach location. We have our Hillcrest location. So South Bay we have a presence in South Bay. We have a presence in Middletown, which we call kind of metro. But I think East County is kind of calling our name, and North County. So it's possible we could sneak into the.
I want 2 more BabyCakes.
You want more
Just
baby
more
cakes?
kids.
Yeah, you want more kids.
4 babies. 5
Well,
babies.
I just wanted to, we want us to start it out, and so my goal is just to build a business and eventually, retire. I'm not going to be able to pull it off.
Right.
We're not getting any younger.
But we really want to focus on our catering as well. We do about 450 weddings a year.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
It's a lot of weddings, yeah. So we do a lot of weddings and special events. And we just really are kind of like a celebration destination where cakes, cupcakes, champagne, just where people can celebrate. That's what we
Yeah.
do.
No, I've seen your creations. It's
I
fantastic.
need to teach Christopher.
And I think everything right here is just like the quality. It's all about the quality. It's all about the people that work here.
Kissy, kissy.
Also. And it's like, that's why we just keep coming.
So, yeah, that's how it starts. BabyCakes is just, I think people are going to remember
Right.
BabyCakes for a long time.
Always. And we're going to make sure you guys have more people around. And
Thank you.
Thank you for everything. I
Thank
love
you.
you, respect you, admire you for so long. And we're gonna leave all the website and all the social media for you guys. If you need a cake or cupcake or
Or if you're trying to get married,
yes.
call us.
There you go.
And the champagne, the bubbles are coming.
Yes.
That's gonna
Bubble
be
bar
just
coming.
perfect.
The baby
I still
cake.
want to see that bar.
Oh my God, I'm excited.
I mean, I'm excited. Like, he always keeps talking about it, so I just wanted to see how it's
In due time.
It's gonna be
So
amazing.
perfect. So 3 locations so far. Hillcrest, because they're back in Hillcrest.
Back in Hillcrest.
We have Paradise Hills.
Yeah, that's our bakery and sales office. It's kind of bordering National City and Chula Vista.
Perfect.
And then we have our Imperial Beach location, which is right by the pier, which is also a growing community down there. So.
Right.
And then possibly, East County's calling our name, North County's calling our name. And, I don't know if we'll go, I think we'll probably stay San Diego local.
Perfect.
Yeah, we'll see. Who knows?
Who knows?
Sky's the limit.
Who knows?
Maybe
Yeah.
parents.
Anything can
That's how it's saying. Maybe parents. I don't know.
All
Thank
right.
you so much for everything.
Yes, thank
This
you
is
guys.
fantastic.
Thank
and
you.
We just enjoy everything.
Thank you for your
And
support,
I hope you guys
everybody.
enjoy
Thank you for your support.
as well. Oh, always. So website, social media is going to be here around, and then just please stop by for cupcakes or whatever you need.
Or a bubbly coming
All the
soon.
sweets. Yes. thank you so much for watching, and then we'll see you in the next
Episode, yes.
Have a delicious
Rikke
day.
and Fitch. Bye guys.
She's calling me like the rainbow. She's calling me like the rainbow. The rainbow.
All right, guys. So what is the future of it?